Her name is Mikuru Asahina. On the outside, she seems like a normal, kind, and extremely cute girl. But in reality, she's a battle waitress from the future. Don't ask me why she's from the future or why she's a waitress, because that's not important right now. It's just a couple of minor details you need shoved down your throat before this particular story can kick into gear. By the way, earlier I mentioned that she's a battle waitress, so you're probably wondering why she's wearing a bunny girl costume here. You see, that's because during the day she has a part-time job attracting customers to the store in the local shopping area. The girl had become a sort of mascot for the local retailers, and she was loved by all the people who lived in the neighborhood. You can do it, Mikuru! Bring back the customers who flock like lemmings to that huge mega warehouse store that opened last year. The fate of the neighborhood is riding on your shoulders, Mikuru. Unfortunately, none of this has anything to do with the story. Anyway, back to the story. She's a battle waitress. She was sent back in time to watch over someone and make sure no harm comes to them. And that someone's name is Itsuki Koizumi. Looking at him, you'd think he was your average, carefree high school student. But in reality, he's an Esper. Fortunately, he's not aware of his hidden powers yet. It seems he needs a catalyst or a trigger to awaken all of the super incredible powers dormant within. She looks like she's got a crush on a high school boy she can't express her feelings to. But let's just say that was a little sigh of relief, because she saw Itsuki was safe. With her work done for the day, Mikuru can finally take off that sleazy outfit, change into something comfier, and settle down for a good night's sleep. Okay, we stopped the camera right before she took her clothes off. So don't ask us for the footage because we don't have it. Honest! Yuki Nagato stands here dramatically, although we don't really know why. You could say she's not an ordinary girl, or maybe she's a little weird. Well, you're right. She's actually an evil witch, who's also an alien. Okay, at this point you're supposed to get that she's planning something diabolical that involves Itsuki. But there's no reason for her to be hanging out at the school after he's gone home. Moving right along, we've got the first battle scene between Mikuru and Yuki. All the stuff about them meeting for the first time and why they're fighting, I guess that's all going to be left up to the viewer's imagination for various reasons which remain unexplained. In fact, with the way this has been going, we'll be lucky if this movie makes any sense at all. Allow me to explain. The staff of creative design, it's called the Starring Inferno, and it's supposed to be a magic wand. Let me explain. The Mikuru beam is a dangerous laser beam that shoots out of Mikuru's left eye. Following her defeat, Mikuru walks the streets alone, deep in thought.
The Mikuru beam had no effect on the alien witch. What will I do now?
Other heroes can transform into their alter egos, but Mikuru has to change her clothes.
And who might you be?
I am an alien from beyond the stars who uses the art of magic.
Well, is that so?
It is.
And what do you want with me?
I have come from outer space with one goal, to take your hidden powers from you.
And what would you say if I said you were being a nuisance?
I'm prepared to use force if I have to take your hidden powers away from you.
And how would you use your force to take my powers?
Like this.
I will never let you get away with him, you alien witch, you!
You may have won today's round battle, waitress, but next time you will not be so lucky. Please make your food arrangements, for next we meet it will be the last. Next we meet, I intend to take you down and destroy you with no mercy.
And who might you be?
Just an innocent bunny girl passing through here. That's all I know. Well, goodbye.
Forced look of awe on his face, Itsuki watches Mikuru run off. Once again, a huge chunk of the story has been left out. After this and that, involving you-know-what, the flames of battle have burst up again. I think.
Even in times like this, I will never run away. You're an evil bad alien. No, you better leave this planet at once!
But it's you who should leave this planet immediately, not I. For we shall seize him in his hidden powers. For he's very valuable to us, you see. And while we're seizing him in his hidden powers, we will also invade the earth.
I won't ever let you get away with it! I will risk my own life to stop you!
Prepare yourself, for I am about to take your life.
Can't take you seriously when you look like that, Mikuru. Sorry, kind of being controlled by the evil witch now. Oh well, here it goes.
Some kind of electromagnetic waves coming out of the so-called Starring Inferno wand has turned Setsura and the guys into a trio of mindless puppets. Now she's trapped. What will you do, Mikuru? She couldn't do anything.
What you were doing here today?
Evil people.
Mikuru, this is where you're supposed to faint.
Did you get a hold of yourself?
Normally, in a situation like this, you'd call an ambulance or flag down a passerby to go get some help. But this boy decides to carry this unconscious, innocent young beauty and is attempting to take her away somewhere. Damn you! Anyway, Yuki's gang seems to have bailed without finishing Mikuru off, which they totally could have done. With so many mysteries, contradictions, and plot threads left dangling, we tilt up again as the story finally reaches the halfway point. Hold on, we're only halfway through this thing? We're back, and I think we're in Itsuki's house. What bothers me, though, is that Mikuru, who has been carried here by Itsuki, looks like she's just gotten out of the bath. Maybe we're supposed to think she was given a bath by Itsuki while she was unconscious? You've got to be kidding me! Then this would be the point when anyone's doubt turns into a white-hot rage, building into a desire to kill. But for now, I will not give it much thought, doing away with all the emotions that might be bubbling up. We are, after all, watching a movie with actors playing characters. This isn't reality, right? Uh-oh. Okay, how is this happening right now? If your mouth gets any closer to her, someone standing off camera is going to step into the frame and kick your ass, damn it!
Hold it right there. Itsuki calls to me. You should not be making the choice of that female. You should choose me instead, for only when your powers mingle with mine will the true potential be realized.
Please explain what you mean by that.
Okay, why isn't he at least a little surprised to see Yuki at the window?
All I can tell you at this very moment is that you have two choices before you right now. The first choice is to be with me and make the universe what it should be. The second is to be with her, but that will only destroy the future.
Itsuki was worried now, more than he ever was. But what Yuki, what she said just now, she was talking about him, right?
Very well. Well, I understand that in this scene it's me, so I'm a kind of key, and a key by itself does not have any power whatsoever. And a key is nothing but a tool with which you can open the door. And when that door is finally open, something is going to change, and I know that what will change is, that's all about it. I understand, Yuki. Right now I don't have the right to make that decision. In fact, I think it's far too early for me to come up with a decision. Maybe we should put all of this deciding stuff on hold for a while. I really feel that we need more time to think about this whole thing. Thorough. Although if you ever decide to tell me the whole truth about it, now that is a different story.
There will be time enough for this in the near future. I know that now is definitely not the time for it. We consider a lack of information to be an obstacle, a handicap, a critical flaw. We are unable to make decisions based on what is possible or probable.
You could say they're setting up a plotline, but that dialogue was incomprehensible. The important thing to note is that the two of them have reached some sort of understanding. I know you've probably lost all interest in the story by now, but here's an interesting development. Mikuru and Itsuki have started living together. Well, now this is like one of those cute young housewife shows, and it makes you wonder what all those sci-fi battle scenes were about. Are they trying to spice up the story by tossing up the plot and throwing all those moe situations at us? And who the heck is that supposed to be? Is she Itsuki's little sister? Now Yuki tries a different plan, and it looks like she's transferred into Itsuki's high school. Yuki attempts to ensnare Itsuki by using her sex appeal. And if you ask me, I guess that I'd have to say all's fair in love and war. Eventually, Mikuru also transfers into the same high school. But you might be thinking if her job was to protect him, why didn't she infiltrate his school earlier? But you're asking the wrong guy. Yuki and Mikuru's story of battling has now turned into a heated romantic comedy. Or rather, nothing more than a love triangle. When they're at school, they seem to have agreed to a truce of some sort. We must have missed the scene where they do the whole realizing your true nature thing, and the two of them are now back to pretending to be the battle waitress and alien magician, engaging in really lame fight scenes. As far as what's going to happen next, even I, the cameraman, don't know the answer. It's a fight to the death that completely lacks any excitement. This schizophrenic story reaches its final act as if it were written by a drunk child. I'm assuming the director of this film felt they needed to end things quickly, and it didn't really matter how they did it. It's a bit late, but that's okay. Anyhow, Yuki challenges Mikuru to a final showdown.
I see now.
What exactly did she see?
Why still on face, Mikuru? Is it could be skis have been following you around, or the doctor told you got athlete's foot?
The time has come at last. I must go and have final battle with the alien witch.
That sounds good, Mikuru.
I know I'm nitpicking here, but Tetsura's hair's changed. It was short during the lake scene, and now it's grown long and darker. That's a huge error in continuity. Moving right along, we've reached the climax of the film. Finally.
And now let us settle our final score once and for all. I am afraid that you and I do not have much time left anymore. We must resolve this conflict before our lunch break is over.
That is something that we both agree on. However, I just know that Itsuki's gonna choose me. I just know he's gonna pick me.
That's unfortunate for you because I do not intend to acknowledge his free will at all. At last, his hidden powers will be mine.
If she wants him so badly, why doesn't she just go and get him? Am I the only one thinking this?
I will not let you get away with it. That is why I have come all the way here from the future.
time to come for you, give it to me. The hour of doom is at hand.
Yuki unleashes her death blow upon the helpless Mikuru. I know the special effects here are weak, but there's really no other way to make this thing more thrilling, so please use your imagination to embellish. It really looks hopeless. What will you do, Mikuru?
Are you alright? Stop this idiot, why?
Stop talking and get on with it.
Hey,
the only
Shem,
thing
stop.
You have to do is
Don't
take over
talk.
his mind, and
Bad
then we're
cat.
done here. It's not like you haven't done something like that before, so just wave your little stick and go.
I am also a ventriloquist. Take this as security to me. I will take control of your thoughts and actions once and for all. Curses.
Please over now, Miss Asahina.
Itsuki's unexplainable powers have awakened, and Yuki the alien witch was transported to the far reaches of the universe. Peace has returned to our world. Thank you, Mikuru Asahina, and thank you, Itsuki Koizumi. All is well that ends well. And we're tilting up again?
It's finally finished! That totally rocks! The anime fanatics don't know the meaning of the word impossible. Right, Kyon?
You're actually gonna show this to people?
Every otaku on YouTube's gonna want to watch this thing. We should try and get it on DVD too. Isn't that right, Kyon?